Hello wine lovers, I'm summarizing some of my tastings of the appellation of Minervois. I tasted a fair deal of wines from the Languedoc and particularly Minervois. And I have to say, after tasting the wines from Languedoc for roughly 20 years now, I start to feel this difference more. First of all, there's a richness in the vineyard of old indigenous varieties, which is one of the strengths for the regions. Secondly, the great work of the vignerons, the producers, are doing today, because I think that in a Mediterranean climate, it's fairly easy to get ripe grapes. But what I do find in the Minervois and in recent years in terms of style, that the wines have gained much more in equilibrium. It's not only about the ripe fruit, it's also much more about the nuance. And of course, parts of the Minervois were situated at higher altitude. We do have limestone soils, and that is certainly something which is contributing to the freshness and the balance of the wines. I do find that most of them, which are based on Syrah probably today, they do have that rich, ripe, darker, spicier fruit. But I always think that a blend is more complex than a pure variety on its own. So the blend with some old vine Grenache, old vine Carignan, that really gives a great equilibrium. And some of those blends that are based on the traditional varieties of Carignan and Grenache, more on the red fruity side, more supple with a beautiful drinkability, they certainly showed well too. So I think that there's a reason, we have the appellation and we have the cru in the Languedoc, and Minervois is certainly a place where it's very difficult today to find a bad wine. Cheers.